There's some things I've never asked you and I would love to know. So here
Okay.
is the... Now
Well, I'm sure I'll tell you what I want to tell you, and the same stuff I ain't going to tell you, so.
Right.
What we got? Come on in.
Here we go. Right. Who are you and where are you from? Who are you?
My name's Aston, and I live just outside Hertford in Hertfordshire.
So is that where you actually... Were you born in Hertford? Are you
No, I was born in...
man,
Well, I was born in Hitchin. My father's mum and dad were from Stratford in the East End.
Oh, right.
My mum's mum lived in White Hart Lane, believe it or not. But,
then run away out
say
to the
less
country.
about that being a gooner.
Well, there you go. Keep that quiet.
And then the dad was from mum's dad was from the Varleys, believe it or not, down in Wales. But they moved out to Baldock when I was young. Lived in a cottage in Weston, and I was born in Hitchin. And then lived round that area for a number of years. Brought up in a little village in Cambridgeshire called Gamlingay, believe it or not.
So you're a village boy?
No, I'm not. No,
I never have thought that. With all the way you got to and what you got up to.
I managed to escape that in 1991. 1991, I managed to escape and went to live in Tenerife for 3 years.
Oh, blinder! So where did you go to school? What was your school like?
I went to school.
Not the first one, the one that matters, where you see birds and all the rest.
Yeah.
So basically, where was your school? And who was the first person you had a little fumble round the back of the bin? Did you have bins? Where was it? PE kits round them? I mean, for me, it was like a fucking round the back of the bin.
Why do you need to know this, mate?
No, I'm just fucking
fine.
I just want to know what I'm saying. I'm going to make sure you're not confused.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
mate, listen, I ain't confused, son. Don't worry about that. I went to school at Sandy Upper in a village called Sandy in Bedfordshire, and I hated it, to be honest with you.
Well, there weren't much in that place because my family are from Kempston, Sandy,
it,
around there, Wootton.
Yeah.
There's not. I mean, it was fucking
yeah.
proper country in them days. Milton Keynes was the nearest gaff you had.
Yeah, but we, in fairness, when we started driving, we were bouncing around all over the place. I mean, the carrot crunchers up there used to look at you like you were mad because you went to London, you know.
Oh, going to London.
Yeah, the smoke, they used to call it.
Well, that was a big thing for them.
So I didn't like the schooling. Couldn't wait to leave. It wasn't academic at all. To be honest with you, didn't leave with anything really, but it didn't bother me.
Well, people in our days, academia wasn't so much of a thing, you know what I mean? Because we lived in a world where you would leave, and if you was into accountancy or if you was into numbers and books, then you went down that road. But other than that, we went out. There was plenty of jobs for working class kids like us who could just go out and graft, and we were desperate to go and earn money.
There was. Dad had a car business, so I got involved in the cars. But the biggest regret when I was that age, like I didn't leave school then and go up the city. To be honest with you,
you'd have been blinders.
Yeah.
You know what? People like you, me, we would have been fucking ringed because there was that little period where the Barra boys.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Were allowed into the city, and they were just smashing the arse out of it.
If I could have my time again, that's what I'd have loved to have done. To
really, yeah. That was one of my questions actually. What would you have done if you would have done it all again?
Defo,
You'd have got in there. Well,
and I think I'd have been good at that because that's a lot about relationships and building bonds and trust with people. And I like to think I'm a people's guy. And, I think I'd have cracked on up there.
So relationships and that sort of thing are key to you.
Yeah,
they're one of your paramounts.
Yeah,
good.
Scorpio boy, very loyal, and
are you a Scorpio?
Yeah, Scorpio boy, very loyal, and I've still got a lot of friends that I've had 35 years, and people say you can count your true mates on one hand. I could probably count them on about 5, to be honest with you.
Which is very rare.
Yeah,
very, very rare in this world, actually, mate. To be honest with you, like that.
Yeah,
which is a blinder. All right, so so when was the first time, we're talking about, being young and getting out and about in your first job. Can you remember the first time you come home and you had it off? Like the first time you had a lump of your first bit of dough, the first time you either done a brilliant deal and you thought, fucking hell, I can do this. You know what I mean? Look at that.
I think that was, I sold a Mark 1 XR2. And had about $1,000 out of it when I was really young, which was
fucking
mega
all the money
time.
in the world, all the money. I'd like to have $1,000 out of steak now.
A white one, 83 on the wire.
And 83 on Hawaii.
And had a grand out of it when I was young, you know, and that was like, it was like ringing the bell, wasn't it? And it makes me laugh because I remember being with a good friend of mine I went to school with and talking about money when we were young and saying, can you imagine earning a monkey a week? You know, can you imagine earning a monkey a week? What would it be like? And, you know, then, you know.
Well, I'd like to earn it now, mate. I'd have it fucking... Listen, your exes now, I don't think there's anybody who at this present time has got a mortgage, a kid, a fridge, a car, and other bits and pieces. You can't... You have to earn $1,000 a week just to stand still, most people, which is why everybody's running like a fucking lunatic at the moment. The dad's out to work, the mum's out to work, the kids are just being left to be brought up by a mobile phone. What they've managed to do is before they only enslaved one out of the family. So the dad was the slave, he had to go to work. That was the idea. Mums were allowed to stay home and look after kids. Yeah. That's all changed since Tony Blair come in.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's got to be a slave now, and we've all got to run at 1,000 miles an hour. But, you know, to have £1,000 out of your car was the first time. I remember years ago when I bought and sold cars, I would go up to the Midlands and buy the Midland Trader. And you could buy a BM from sort of by Birmingham or somewhere like that, drive it back to London, and you'd have £1,000, 1,500 quid out of it. And you'd be doing that all the week. Do you know what I mean?
Don't you remember there was people... sort of back in the day thought you could go and buy cars a lot cheaper up the north. You know, go to Manchester and Liverpool and Scotland and they're loads cheaper. But they weren't, but people thought they were, you know.
Well, there was one kid who used to fly around the gaff in an helicopter and he would fly to every...
I remember that.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, the auction guy. He was
a fucking pain in the arse. As soon as he turned up, everyone went, because he literally bought every fucking thing that went through the block. He just went, got back in his helicopter and fucked off. Yeah. And the rest of us were all standing there with a cold bacon sandwich and a shit cup of tea in a polystyrene cup thinking, what is there left? You know, but there you go. So what was your first real decent fucking job? What was the best job you've ever had? Actually going to work for have you ever gone to work for somebody, or have you always sort of been independent and done your own thing?
Yeah, but I went to live in Tenerife in '91 and started DJing over there.
That's right.
Which I still DJ now.
You still on the wheels of steel?
Yeah.
What's your favourite music? So was your musical genres change? Obviously.
Yeah, well, when I started off playing was very much on the soul line, like Luther and Change and Brass Construction, George Benson, Roy Ayers, SOS, all that stuff.
Was you a Lovers Rock? I love a bit of Lovers Rock.
Change, and then got into the house, and then started playing house, and I now play soulful house, which for me is the best genre of house music by a mile. It's real house music. It's where the house music originated from Chicago, Frankie Knuckles.
Fast Eddie.
Yeah, you know, it's proper house music.
Royal House. I've still got a Royal House record. Probably one of the first proper house records I ever bought was Royal House. And then Fast Eddie. Yo, get funky.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So I'm still heavily involved with that.
So where do you play music now then? What have you? Are you in the clubs? Where can we find you?
Well, I've got a radio show, my own radio show, on a big DAB platform called Centreforce Radio.
Centreforce, which is 88.3.
Started off in
88.3.
88.3.
88.3 to the old firm who used to dial in on the FM, but now you can just get it on the DAB.
Yes.
So what's your set? What time are you on?
8 till 10 on a Monday night, Aston's House, the real underground house music show on Centreforce.
Oh, I see it there. Nice.
Yeah. So
what's it like giving it?
I love it.
Fucking ream.
I've been on there for 5 years now, and I've got the #1 show in the biggest show in the UK for the genre of music I play.
Blinding.
I was #1 on New Year's Day on the Mixcloud Global Deep House charts, in front of Glitterbox and Defected. So
you Glitterbox it up, have you?
No, I said I was in front.
Oh, in front of them. Yeah.
Because it's a bit confusing. People say I've got 300 plays or 350 plays. And Glitterbox has got 1,000 plays. How it actually works is you can be in front with 350 plays because it boils down to how long people listen to the show.
It's a bit like your likes and subscribes. It's not about that, yeah.
Yeah, people click on it and come off, but it shows they're listening to the show, which actually means even more to me than the numbers. So that's great.
Yeah.
And I'm just picking and choosing my gigs now. As I'm obviously getting older, I try not to do anything at graveyard shifts at stupid o'clock in the morning. And I only play events now where people get the music. So, you know, when I play, people are actually going to hear that genre of music. I'm not standing up there getting asked for Follow Me and Show Me Love, for example.
And how has I was brought up basically in a rave. My brother had a massive big radio station. We were doing clubs all over. We were very, very active in the whole of fucking West London. So I was brought up in a radio station. In fact, my bed was the studio. I used to get thrown out, and they would all come in, and we had mattresses all over the gaff, all over West London. Yeah. We were called Smart Boys 101.2, and fucking caned it forever. We've done Notting Hill Carnival. So I grew up proper raving, dark gaffs, raining off the ceiling, bumbled up, fucking thousands of people rocking, and it was just off till 6 o'clock in the night. Then you get up the next day, then you go Strawberry Sundays. We used to go out on a Thursday and come back on a Monday. Yeah. And like it was our generation. Now, where is music? Because the last couple of times I've gone out, I can't do it because it's just loads of Charlie geezers. And the whole thing is a bit digital. It don't feel fucking, the birds are not flying like it used to be. Everyone's not eat up. It's all a bit, It don't feel
basically
right.
The scene is really suffering at the moment. You got these kids going out now. They don't know how to enjoy themselves, my friend. They really don't. It's all about...
But they're kept up. They're
all standing there with the blowers videoing people, and they don't know how to get down. I mean, me and my mates, when we were in Ruling on a Saturday night, you know, we're in the ministry, we're getting down. Yeah. We're fucking having it, mate. We're having the best time. There's no blowers. There's no blowers. See, and the problem you got now, as I've said to people, the phones have ruined it because you've got someone works for a major investment bank, for example, in the city, and he's in the corner there having a nice time you know, in the ministry, and someone videos him, you know, and he looks like he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. Well, he's lost his job, hasn't he?
Well, I didn't think about that. I didn't think of all of the thousands of police cameras that are fucking filming you. So,
and I used to go out with some high-profile people, sportsmen, look,
who want to have a fucking night out.
Back in the day, look, you know, want to have a night out and go and enjoy. You couldn't do that now. You could not do that now.
So privacy's...
the privacy side's gone, and I think it's got a lot to do with people going out and enjoying themselves now.
Well, they don't know how to... Listen...
I don't know.
But hold on, the whole world now is... You've only got to walk down the street. You've only got to go anywhere, and everybody is taking a picture of their fucking dinner. Birds are just doing this. I mean, I'm in Hyde Park. I've got to take the dog round there every day. How many birds are putting the phone... And I just think the world has become so...
Well, I used to DJ. You come up there to see me for Dylan at Rock Wednesdays at Sheesh. And I used to be playing, and there'd be 6, 8 birds turn up. The first 20 minutes, they're all taking photos of each other. And then they're all sitting around the table all like that on the blower.
Yeah.
They ain't even looking at each other. They're not interacting. They're not talking. It's crazy, mate. Crazy.
Do you know what I want to do? Let's have a rave where we put jammers in, right?
Yeah.
And that means you cunts can fucking... You're getting no signal. Your phone don't work. We're taking it off you and get in there and have a fucking good time. Yeah. Get off your nut. Have a dance.
See, on the counter against that, there's a big club just about... Well, it's gone, I think, in Berlin. And there is people trying to start again. There's people doing events where you got to lock the blower up.
Perfect.
Right, but the trouble is people ain't going.
We are that addicted to your fucking silly muggy phone. Do you remember the days where we would just go out? I wouldn't have a phone nowhere near me.
So we're trying to get that going out there. Yeah. But it's putting people off, thinking, well, I can't have my blower. I ain't gonna go. Yeah, but how mad's that?
Well, you know, but hold on. But you know, years ago, when people were that nervous, they would smoke, they would do something, they would do. But people's mental health now have got to the point where they will not leave their house. They won't even turn their phone off at night and put it away. It's like we really have gone into a dark.
Yeah, well, a lot
place.
of that's got to do with it. What all that the biggest scam that went on in 2020, and we all know what it is.
What, to sit indoors for the last 3 years?
Or lock us up.
Yeah.
It's all about controlling us. So, but that's another conversation.
Well, look, we seem to be doing a lot of self-control on our own. So anyway, that brings us up. So we're raving. You're still out there. You're still doing your bit for everybody that wants to sit indoors and have a rock. And do you know what? Another thing is, would you say now that your audience are a few people on a Saturday or Friday night coming around? They're having little indoor parties now. Has that gone off now?
That's going on. But because I'm obviously on a Monday night, I don't really get that. But I get the people texting in for the shouts. There's loads of people having fun still and dancing around the kitchen, and I'm just really pleased that I can put my sound out there, because the music I'm playing on the station is pretty unique, to be honest with you. Right. Centreforce being a mainly old school station, so it's based on the old school sound. Centreforce has been fucking
around for ages. Is it an
89
East London?
It kicked off, yeah.
Really, it's 89, yeah. And has it always been over East London?
Yeah.
So East London firm.
But I think it's 5 or 6 years we've been open back with the DAB licence and
giving it some.
Started again, yeah. Andy and Danny have built up a fantastic radio station and a fantastic platform.
Lovely.
And I can't thank them enough for giving me the opportunity to play, because...
And keeping it open for fucking everybody else, you know what I mean? Otherwise we've got no culture here.
I kept my hand in playing. I've never stopped playing. I did it for 7 years properly, for a living in the 90s. And I kept my hand in, but getting back on that, getting that platform for me to put it out, I mean...
Magical.
All the boys that were my idols that I used to listen to, and buy music, they're all my friends now.
Fucking amazing.
They're all on speed dial.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is great.
Right, so listen, if I want to... The sun's going to come out, Trump's in, the world is going to move forward a bit. It starts to feel like these fucking chains we're getting a few of these chains off, and we've been living under a really bad cloud. But I've really got a lot of hope for 2025 that we're going to bust out. So if I get myself together, what festivals should I get on this year in either England or somewhere sunny? What is happening? Where should I go? What should I do?
Well, I've got
one pair of dancing trainers left, and I'm fucking going to go and have it.
I've got a fantastic residency in Liverpool with my son, because I also DJ with my son, which is a fantastic experience.
What?
Yeah.
So tell me, so how old is he? Because last time I saw him, he fucking looked like a little man mountain. I've seen this kid go from a kid to he looks like a fucking lump.
Well, he's 21 now, and I taught him, I got a controller in the lockdown.
Yeah.
And taught him, but I didn't really need to teach him much. He just picked it up like a...
He can hear two tunes, he can mix.
Yeah, he's mustard. He just picked it up like a dog jumping in the water for the first time. Nice. So that was great. And then he's doing
what does he go under? What's his name?
Max Evans.
Go on to Max.
So we got a residency in Liverpool, which is amazing.
So when's that?
We do 3 of those in Liverpool a year, and then we got 3 abroad as well.
Oh.
Got a boat party in Venice. We got
fucking A-dot.
We got
a Venice boat party.
Yeah, we got that.
Mark me down. I'm ain't here for that fucking weekend, here.
We got an event in Spain.
You do know I'm a boat captain, didn't you? You know what I mean?
Cool, I wouldn't want to go on your boat using captain.
There's plenty of fucking people who come on my boat. Rewind that one.
I can say that.
No. Rewind that one. Fuck that. Anyway, no one's. So go on.
Yeah,
Venice. When's Venice?
We ain't released the dates yet, but I'll obviously let you know. And then I've got another one in Malta. So we've got 3 abroad. Got one up in Edinburgh in September. I've got a big festival in Colchester in May.
Nice.
Music is the answer, which is a good... I've got some lovely little bits trickling in.
Nice.
So it's good.
All right, well, listen, that's what we want to do there. So, listen, let me just... In terms of... so, cars. We met each other for a long time ago through the car world. Now, in terms of supercars and everywhere else, it goes up, it goes down. The world is a bit confused at the moment. You know, Ferrari are now making electric cars, and it all seems to be a bit of a fad. In your personal opinion, your favourite car used to be, not favourite, but years ago, you always rated an R8. So it must have moved on a bit now. What would you say if I was a buying my first supercar, what should I buy? If I had a bit of money, what should I buy second? And if I then had top money, top, middle and bottom, what would be your top, middle and bottom choice?
Well, the best performance car in the world is, for me, without a shadow of a doubt, is a Porsche 911.
Really?
Yeah, as an all-round car, but you don't get the buzz in the Porkers like you do the Lambos or the Ferraris. But as an all-rounder, yeah, I mean,
What, GT3 would you go, or just go a turbo type of thing?
It depends what you want it for, mate. Really, you know, where you're using it as a.
I'd have a 997 turbo. I know it sounds mental,
car,
but a fucking one of them in black.
Well, what you want's a turbo S997, yeah. That's a great car because they're still small. A lot of these cars have got too big, and
what would one of them be at the minute? Where are they gone? Because they were 80 grand and they went to 60s, and where would
you get a good one for 60 grand, 60, 70 grand.
Mate, that would do me. Just
but you also get a 991 for that. But the 991's a lot bigger car. But yeah, favourite car is a 458 Speciale.
That's still today.
Do
you know what? Fucking, it is a dream to drive. It's like driving a pendulum. It's got so much power. It's light and skittish on the front. I just love them. How much is one of them now? Because the last one I sold was like a couple of 100 grand.
300 grand.
300 grand now?
Yeah, 330, 340.
And what did they come out? List was like 140, 145, or were they 180s with the carbon pack on it?
Yeah, about a pair they were.
Really?
Yeah. But I had a really...
And then stupid, if you won the lottery, would you go out and buy a Bugatti?
No.
Good.
You know what I'd have.
What would you have? An F40? A Laff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, nice. Still the bollocks.
But saying that, if money was an issue, I'd have a 918 and 2.5 mil in the bank. I think those 918s is
underrated, mate.
Seriously undervalued and underrated. Yeah. I mean, look at the Carrera GT. Where they've gone.
Well, do you know what? Out of them all, because I was lucky enough to drive all three of them at the same time, and the most outrageous was the Ferrari, but the one that just was electric.
The P1. Yeah, savage.
The P1 was fucking mental. Yeah. But then, like you could go out and buy some of them other McLarens, like LTs and all the rest of it with a bit of a fucking mental one. They was nearly as quick.
Oh, mate,
do you know what I mean? I mean, you could kill yourself in any of it.
Have you go on a 720S yet?
Yeah. It's hang on, mate. It's fucking...
I did 8 laps of the Top Gear track in one of those with a professional driver, Jack Barlow, who's a wicked.
Shit the life out of you.
No, not at all. Because
he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, but I know what I'm doing. My dad raced cars for 12 years. I've been brought up around motorsport, so I had a go, and he gave me 2 laps. He said, "How do you want to go?" I said, "Do whatever you want to do, mate."
Yeah, give it some.
Give it some, mate. But what a car that is. That
Hung on to the front,
720S. Mate, it's a monster.
It is a monster.
But fragile.
And where would you see them? Is McLaren going anywhere now, or is it because it's a bit like the kiss of death, McLarens?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that I think you're being a little bit brutal, but I do think it needs a major manufacturer. It needs to be backed in to a major manufacturer. Right. I mean, I think
because they went there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they just went from there to there, bosh, and then all of a sudden it kind of stalled. I lost loads of money with them.
Well, you had that problem with a lot of the early cars with the bodies oxidising as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which was bad. But, I mean, there was talk about Audi buying them.
Well, Audi's fucked at the moment.
A year, 18 months ago, but they ain't doing that now. But I think they've just been bought out again, haven't they, McLaren? Well, I think they have. But they're great cars.
Well, it's an amazing thing from where it come from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that takes us into sort of classics now. Now, what would be, if you could have 5 little classic cars to stick in your house in the country, in your barn, what would they be? And they don't have to be like mad money. You just got to be, you know what I mean?
Generation 1 Honda NSX.
Right. That's a weird one. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
Integrale, Evolution.
In yellow.
Evolution. No, not in yellow.
I'd have it in yellow. I'd have the mustard.
Integrale Evolution.
Yeah.
A 20 valve original Audi Quattro.
Beautiful.
A Clio V6 Gen 2.
Yeah.
You're liking this.
Yeah. I'm fucking fancy
and then
this
garage.
The
last one, I'll just have a lovely 355 Berliner.
Nice.
Ching ching.
Nice. That'd do me. Right, well, listen, that's the classic cars, and classic cars are going to bounce back. Now, the world is in a very strange place. We are alive. In fact, our generation were the last generation that had freedom. Our mums and dads had hard times. They come through the 70s. It was grim. It was grey. Every day was a grey day. It was just fish and chips. We had the 80s. We had the 90s. We went raving. The world was all of ours. Everybody went from being a scratcher to now everybody's driving a Mercedes in the street. Everyone's got an house. Everyone's got a watch. The world seems to just have moved on, and capitalism and fucking greed is everywhere. Then the world's collapsed. Now we've got Trump and Elon Musk popped up. Are you political? Are you watching what's going on? Do you feel that there's going to be a bit of positivity coming down the line, or what's your sense?
I definitely think there's going to be some positivity with Trump coming in. I think obviously it's best of a bad bunch. All that, to be honest with you.
He's going to take down the slow road.
I'm very pleased that Crooked Joe's been obviously lined out the scene, because
he's not even alive, is he? It's obvious. He's not even running the gaff. So I mean, when you've got a geezer that's obviously got 2 Duracell batteries up his arse, running an entire fucking gaff with a load of nuclear bombs, with little Kamala Harris sitting next to it. Yeah. I mean, it just shows you that the world is fucked.
The problem is you can drive yourself mad with it, with all the conspiracies. I mean, but the trouble is, if you're awake now and you've got an opinion against it, you're a conspiracy theorist, which is absolute bollocks, because everything that these so-called...
You've devalued the world.
No, but not that. Everything these so-called conspiracy theorists keep saying keeps happening.
A conspiracy theorist is what somebody who disagrees with you wants to call you.
The CIA put that out there. I was watching a thing on it a couple of weeks ago. The CIA put that out there in the 80s. So it's to quash
disinformation,
people. Yeah, just to quash people's opinion. You're a conspiracy theorist.
Well, it's the easiest way of just dismissing you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But look, you can see that between the media, between what's going on in the world, we are under a mental attack. And
oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, look, let's just take, for example, one of the things that happened to me was I was debanked, and I lost my business, and then all of a sudden had a bit of a bad blip, and then I couldn't get a bank account. I weren't allowed any car insurance. It was like they're now targeting people and saying, right, we won't let you actually be able to use any of the systems that are in place, which is effectively making you a second-class citizen in your own country.
They want to bring in these 15-minute cities, and then and all this, the EV, the electric thing. It's got nothing to do with green and making the world cleaner, and
Have you got an EV? Are you into EVs?
No, I don't think so, mate. No.
Can I sell you a couple?
I'll be running a combustion engine until I have to, mate. To be honest with you.
Well, it sounds like that little collection of classic cars is fucking ideal.
Listen, we'll be all right. But I'm just, they reckon by the time it hits the road and it's sold, it's the equivalent to the dirtiest diesel of doing.
Listen, they're absolute.
Wait a minute, 77,000 miles. So when you buy your green EV Taycan and you're meant to be saving the planet, it's equivalent to a 25-year Golf done 77,000 miles before you even buy it.
So that's the planet, right?
Yeah. And that's all about getting turn you off. You see, because they can't turn your combustion engine off. No. They can turn your electric car off.
Well, listen, I come back from the top of Wiltshire once, and it took me in an electric car fucking about 24 hours.
I believe it.
Right? I had a Jaguar I-Pace that would not talk to any fucking charger. No charger would talk to it. Mate, I slept in the motor.
It didn't decide to go flat out down the road and you couldn't turn it off then, no?
No, that weren't. Listen, if it would have done that, I would have just been straight in the inside lane and fuck it. Yeah. I'd have just gone all the way in. But listen, I froze my bollocks off for 24 hours in a motor. No, the AA wouldn't come to me. It was just, I just thought, this is a fucking trap. Not only is it, they're the most maddest thing in the world.
Oh, mate,
you just can't get from A to B.
No, you can't. It don't work. It don't work, mate.
Right, so now listen to this. There's this other geezer's turned up and he started the bruv party. Have you seen this geezer?
No.
Some mad lunatics turned up and started. What he's decided is called a bruv party. So you've got Tommy Robinson, and who's the other geezer? Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's now jumped up. I think what he's trying to do, in a roundabout way, I think he's trying to mobilise the next generation who are just looking at their phone. Do you think that the next generation would ever get off their phone to engage with the world before they just end up in total? Because we've watched the world slowly change, get harder and harder and harder. Yeah. Do you think that they're even aware of what's going on in the world, the next generation? I fucking hope they are, but do you know what I mean?
A minority, unfortunately, I'd say, yeah.
Really?
But I blame a lot of the parents, because it's just so easy to chuck your kid an iPad and a phone, and you know, my children to this day, they've never had a TV in their bedroom, never.
Good.
Never had a TV in a bedroom. They used to come home from school. There's no phones at the table. There's a dinner table. You all sit round the dinner table. You all chat. You all communicate. And the time that they were allowed to spend on it
was regulated. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I had a time where saying to Max, if you don't turn that thing off, that's going on the front lawn. I'm going to smack it. Put a sledgehammer through it.
Would you leave a kid with a fucking bag of sweets that big and just leave them every day and keep topping it up, would you?
No.
Would you give someone who had a cocaine problem an endless supply of cocaine? No, you don't. No. And a mobile phone to a kid is no more than an endorphin drug. I mean,
yeah, correct.
I fucking struggled with drugs all my life and went through as much as I could do. But let me tell you something. I know now that the entire world is addicted. I sit on the tube and I've got rid of my addictions. I'm one of them fucking worst ones. I don't drink anymore, don't take drugs anymore. I'm fucking a born again fucking Christian. But what I am doing is I'm very, very aware now. And I watch someone from 80 years of age down to 6 years of age constantly on the phone. Every restaurant you go to, everybody does. They're not engaged with, and there's no human interaction. No. We are already a fucking cyborg and nobody wants to know about it.
Well, how many people you ring up and don't want to pick the phone up?
No one wants. Listen.
They don't want to have a conversation with you.
No, they won't. People.
See, and I was at the back end of this in.
That's a very interesting one.
I was at the back end of this in the 90s when I was with David, and we were importing bits from New Mercs, and you know, you'd get an email, you get an email, somebody saying, "Can you price this S500?" Blah blah blah. You sit there. You spend an hour specking it, doing it all, sending them the email back. You never hear them again.
No.
You know, there's no feel for the deal. You've got someone on the end of the phone. You're having a chat with them. You can
whether it's
qualify them, work them out. You know, get a groove with them. But all that hiding behind the keyboard, no, mate. No.
Well, that's the art of a deal's gone. The art of a salesman. The art of actually anybody in a business now giving you a service has completely and utterly gone. Yeah. I can't ring any firm up, any business up now and get a fucking salesperson.
Yeah, but what about going in the supermarket? These Amazon ones, you ain't even got anybody behind the ramp anymore.
Yeah, no. It's just
when I go into Marks and Spencers or go into Tesco's, I never go to them.
Self-service.
No, I want to get served by someone.
Oh, hold on, you're fucking charging me for everything. What do you think? I'm a
robot.
But
I want to say, do you want a bag? Yeah, I'll put the stuff in my bag. How are you? Had a good day? Yeah, not bad. Yeah. See you later.
What, interaction? You want to interact with people. That's a bit old-fashioned.
No, but that's
the old way.
Yeah,
that's the old way. But that's what we need. Because otherwise we're going to end up just being fucking...
robots.
Well, we're one step away from being not battery chickens, battery humans. And that's where we are now. So listen, on a closing point, what would you give advice to the next generation? What would your closing gambit be? Because look, the world is beautiful. This is a fucking lovely life. We have experienced in our time highs and lows and ups and downs, and I want everybody else to fucking have it.
I feel absolutely privileged. Look, I was at the best age of my life in the best times. Yeah. The 90s was fantastic. Yeah. It was absolute, and I was in my mid-20s. Having the time of my life, fantastic. You know, people say to me now, don't you wish I was 21 again? No, I don't, no.
But now, 21 now?
Yeah.
What the fuck have you got? Nothing but an iPhone 15?
Yeah.
Exactly. And what, to sit go to a club and fucking film yourself?
You know, the nights out we used to have in the ministry and DJing at Legends, Old Burlington Street, Limelight, Emporium, Ealing, Broadway Boulevard, you know, the Milk Bar, all these gaffs, you know. Even Max says to me now, Dad, he says, like, what was it like? What was it like, Dad? I'm like, you just...
It was a different fucking gravy, world, mate.
Different gravy, man. And do you know what as well, just quickly, like, I don't know if you've seen that video in a club, and everyone's just standing there with these blowers. I mean, when you were in the box back then, it was just black in there, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't even see the DJ. You know, you got monsters flying over, Masters at Work, Dave Morales, Roger Sanchez. No one was even bothered about looking at them, mate. All they were in there was having it, dark. You couldn't even see the DJ. Now, all it is now, it's a focus on the DJ. And the problem is now, the DJ...
He turned it into king. He's turned it into God. What about the music? What about the fucking music?
It's like a concert. They're making the DJ look like a... Yeah. And the,
Like
and the music. And the music. And now the crowd are dictating to the DJs what to play. Well, it's the tail wagging the dog. Us as the DJ was meant to dictate to the crowd.
No, you read the crowd.
Yeah, of course.
You got them going.
Yeah, but
you brought them down.
But
that was your job.
now the DJ, they're dictating to the DJs. The DJs want the reactions by dropping the cheesy bangers, and the music's shit. Absolute shit. Pony, mate. It's pony out there, mate.
Listen, my record collection is only... And I don't want to be one of them people that's living in the
walking
past.
half of these gaffs, mate, now. I'll be in there 10 minutes, I'd walk out.
Yeah. Well, listen, there is no club life. Look at London. No. There ain't a fucking club worth going to. They're all shut down. Everyone's
honestly,
fucked.
mate, I'd rather be at home and paint behind my radiators, mate, honestly.
Not on a Monday, though, because on a Monday night, it's Aston Evans.
And you're locked into the real underground house music show on Centreforce.
Now, do you still have 1200s, or is that? Am I just really fucking? Have you got vinyl?
Yeah, of course. I've still got my 1210s that I bought down the Tottenham Court Road in 1992.
What mixer have you got? A Newmark mixer or
no? Because what I've got a Pioneer Opus Quad controller, and I've got the decks behind either side of that, so you plug them in the back.
You're going a bit too strong.
No, not at all. I've got a nice little setup. It's what I do. I love it. You know. Yeah. So
lovely. Listen, son. Lovely to speak to you.
Great to see you again, mate. Hope all's good and crack on, mate. And let's have a good 25, son.
Listen, life is for living, so get out and there, live. That's what we want to tell the younger generation. What's happening to you now is your time's being wasted. You need to shake up and wake up. Listen to us old boys. We've already been there. We've done it. We're sorry we let you down a little bit with this generation, but we're looking at you now. We're focused on you, and we're going to tell you where you're going wrong before it's all fucking too late. Because we have had some blinding times. I wouldn't fucking change my life for anything, nor would you.
No. And don't forget to check out what's going on the Instagram at DJ Aston Evans.
They put the old fucking gear down the bottom.
All right, son. Nice one. Yeah, mate. Wicked.
Oi. Well done, son.